أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا الشمس كورت وإذا النجوم انكدرت وإذا الجبال سيرت وإذا العشار عطلت وإذا الوحوش حشرت وإذا البحار سجرت and onwards. Beautiful surah, very interesting um, uh, uh, way of bringing many sequence of events which are mentioned in this one. All of that as part of a shart, where the shart, jawabu shart, will come in, I believe, Surah ayah number 14. And the 13 ayat actually contain the 12 of those 13 ayat contain actually the event, and then the 14th ayah will contain the jawab of that. Sorry, the 12 ayat contain the events as conditions, and then the 14th ayah will contain the jawab of that, of those 12 events or conditions. In terms of structure or i'rab, this surah is comparable to what we saw in Surah Infitar and Surah Inshiqaq. Those also start with idha. So the analysis is going to be consistent, inshallah. Idha, we know, is a zarf zaman. And important to mention that this is for mustaqbil. And I think one of the brothers requested that I do emphasize that in the translation also, which is a good reminder. So I will inshallah do that. Bima'ana shart. Okay, so it's a adverb of time for future, regardless of what tense of the verb is used. Okay, Iza will push the meaning into future, and in this case, it has a meaning of shart. And then ashamsu is actually naib fa'il li fi'l mahzuf. Okay, yufassiruhu, it is explained by ma ba'dahu. Okay, so so taqdiruhu kubirat. Okay, so imagine that there is a this fail is understood there. That is what makes ashams as naib fa'il. Okay, and this shape, of course, what comes after it is also kubirat, and because it's majhul, that's why we have to say it's naib fa'il. Excuse me. And then, so that fail mahzuf and the naib file together, that jumla fi'liya, okay, fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayhi, because it is coming after idha, which is a zarf. And then kubirat is fi'l madi, mabni lil majhul. Okay, naib file mustatir, taqdiruhu here, and ta is for the ta'nis. Okay, and this jumla fi'liya, la mahallu laha min al-i'rab, tafsiriya. Okay, let's look at the meanings, inshallah. When Ash-Shams, the sun. Okay. Kuwirat comes from Kara, Kaf, Waw, Ra, Yakuru, Kauran. Okay. Bab Nasara, to wind a turban around one's head. Kawwara yukawwiru takwiran, Bab Taf'il, form 2, to wind around and around, to wind round and round, to roll up, to fold, to wrap. Mikwarun, also mikwaratun, is a turban, because that's what you do. You can kind of wrap your head with the with turban. When the sun shall be wrapped up. Okay. And another translation that I've seen is covered in darkness. I guess that'll be the effect of covering up or wrapping up the sun, is that the light coming out of it will be gone. So there will be darkness basically. But Saeed, please go ahead. But Saeed, you'll have to go off mute.
Yes. We can use one fail only if we do is a kuwirat shamsu, then we do not need the last kuwirat. Because
Okay.
Idha kuwirat shamsu will be a sentence by itself.
Correct. So help me understand your question.
No, you said that there's a fail mazoof, but the fail is there, kuwirat. There's no mazoof fail.
Sorry, I didn't understand still the question. So are you saying that there is no mahzoof fail?
Yeah, because the kuwirat is there. Yeah, is zahir, it's there.
Yeah,
because
but the problem is, here are a few of the rules that I understand. Okay, Allah knows best. Idha, but by the way, there is so I'll preface it with one disclaimer that scholars do have a difference of opinion on this matter, by the way. Okay, on the matter that I'm just going to describe. There's a group of scholars that believe that idha should be followed by a fail. For idha, when idha is a zarf bima'na shart, then it should contain, then it should be followed by a fail. Okay, it is based on that opinion that in this case, because idha clearly is not followed by a fail in the ayah, they say that the fail is mahzoof. Fail is mahzoof, and ash-shams is a naib file for it. Okay, and then they say, well, which fail is it which is mahzoof? Well, they say, well, it is explained by the fail which is coming after this sentence, which is coming after shams, which is kuwirat. Okay, so they say the understanding should be is a kuwirat shamsu kuwirat. Okay, so now to answer your question, if the fail is mahzoof before shams, then what is the second kuwirat doing? So those scholars say, well, the second one is simply a jumla which is tafsiriya. That's it. They say it is there to explain the first jumla, because first jumla in reality is there is no fail. So second jumla is there to explain what is missing in the first jumla, according to those scholars. Okay. Now, if you are thinking, and I'm not saying that that's what you're saying, but if you are thinking that, oh, why do we need the mahzoof? Why don't we declare that the fail is mahzoof? Why can't we just say that the fail is kuwirat, which is coming after ash-shams, and ash-shams is still naib file? Well, the problem is file or naib file cannot come before the fail. Okay, so that is where the combination of these rules require those scholars to say that the fail is mahzoof.
But in that case, should be Iza Yakuro Shamso Kuverat.
That's not the analysis that I have seen in any of the Arab dictionaries.
Okay.
Of course, the other point of view, the other scholars, they say that it is actually possible that Iza can be followed by a noun, but then they say this Iza is not, it doesn't contain the meaning of shart. In that case, they say it doesn't contain the meaning of shart. I think if I am not mistaken, this is the point of view of the Kufi scholars, that if the Iza is not followed by a fail, then it doesn't contain the meaning of shart. So again, this is beyond my level of understanding to debate which one is right or wrong. But the Arab dictionaries like Sulman Yaqut or Nurul Yaqeen, and if I am not mistaken, Muhyiddin Darwish also, they present this as the primary analysis, and then they also say, well, the other scholars believe that this is not a, it doesn't contain shart because it's not followed by a fail. But in terms of the which fail is mahzuf, they basically say it is what is coming after ash-shams, which is kuvirat. Okay. That's the extent of what I have studied. That's what I'm sharing here. Is that okay, Brother Said?
Yeah, I just I'm not sure, like the sentence doesn't look right because there are too many kuvirat, like two kuvirat in the same sentence, which but anyways, I thank you very much for explaining.
Brother Said, there are no two kuvirat in the same sentence. There is only one kuvirat. The other kuvirat is only there to explain to us that this is the structure from a Arab perspective. From an Arab perspective. If you notice, when we translated it, we did not really translate the first kuvirat. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. And by the way, so this is no different than what we have done in Surah-al-Inshiqaq and Surah-al-Infitar. It is ditto copy. Exactly the same thing that we said over there is being done here. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. So inshallah, we'll move on. Ayah number 2. Actually, many ayat now are going to be the same. And I'm only going to highlight the difference if there is any. And there is only one difference in the second ayah. Everything else is same as the first ayah. So I will not be describing it for every single ayah. But let me do the second ayah and then we'll go from there. وَإِذَا النُّجُومُ انْقَدَرَتْ. Waw is harf atf. إذا ظرف زمان للمستقبل متضمن معنى الشرط, contains the meaning of shart. What is an-nujum? An-nujum is fa'il لفعل محذوف okay يفسره ما بعده تقديره إن قدرت. Okay, so again in qadarat, and this jumla fi'liya fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayhi because it's coming after iza, and then in qadarat is fi'l madi. This is mabni lil ma'lum, and that's really the only difference that I wanted to highlight. Fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu hiya, and ta is for للتأنيث. Okay. And then, of course, this jumla is لا محل له من الإعراب تفسيرية. Okay. So the difference really between the first and the second ayah is that the fail in the first ayah was kuvbirat, which is mabni lil majhul, and in the second ayah it is in qadarat, which is mabni lil ma'lum. Because of that, the ashams was naib fa'il in the first ayah, and nujum in the second ayah is fa'il. That's really the main difference. And for all the remaining ayat which are on this structure, they're all naib fa'il. All the fail in those ayat are mabni lil majhul. Okay. And we'll quickly look at them, and then I'll also highlight another interesting thing for all of them as well, inshallah. In terms of meaning for ayah number 2, and when an-nujum, okay, najama yanjumu, nujuman, bab nasara, to appear, to come in sight, to rise, also means to begin, to originate. Najm, plural nujum, has the meaning of star. Another meaning, which is mentioned in the Brill dictionary, is plants with no stalk, meaning herbage. The small plants, which basically are kind of without any proper branch or a stalk, are also called najm. But of course, the common meaning is star. Nujum is the stars. Okay, and when the stars in Qadarat, so multiple spellings. Kadira yakdaru, bab samia. Also kadura yakduru, bab karuma. To be muddy, cloudy, blackish. The form 7, bab infial. In kadara yankadiru in kidaran. To become murky, to become dim. Okay, and what we are seeing here is the form 7, which is to become murky or become dim. Okay, when the stars will become murky or dim. Okay. Okay. إذا الشمس كُبِّرَت وإذا النجوم كدرت, when the sun shall be wrapped up and the stars will become murky. And then ayah number 3, وإذا الجبال سُيِّرَت. In terms of i'rab, there is no difference between this one and the first ayah, so I will skip that. Exactly the same analysis. So we will focus on mainly on the meanings, inshallah. And when al-jibal, we have seen this word before, jabala yajbulu or yajbilu, bab nasara and bab daraba, of God, to create, to mold, to shape. Jabal, plural jibal, mountain or hill. Jibillun, okay, crowds of people or nation. Jibillatun, generations or great multitudes. So here jibal is mountains, okay, and when the mountains suyirat, okay, Sara yasiru, seen, ya, ra are the root. Sayran, sayruratun. No, in Urdu we use the word sayr. It's basically the same word, sayr. To move on, to go away, to pass along, to travel. Okay. Sayyara yusayyiru tasyiran, bab taf'il, to cause to move along. Okay. To set in motion, to enable to travel. Okay. To enable to travel. Sayr, travel or moving. Siratun, okay, as we say, Siratun Nabi, state, condition, or way. Sayyaratun, used in the Quran as well, meaning caravan. That's the meaning which is used in the Quran. Caravan, used in Surah Yusuf. Suyyarat is form 2, sayyara yusayyiru, to cause, to move along. Now this is, remember, this is mabniul lil majhul. So we'll have to translate this in a passive voice. When the mountains shall be set in motion. Set in motion. Okay. Ayah number 4. وَإِذِ الْعِشَارُ عُطِّلَتْ. Again, the I'rab is the same as ayah number 1. So please consult there. The meaning is, and when Ishar, so Ashara, Ya'shuru, Ashran, Bab Nasara, to take 1 from 10. Okay, that's the meaning actually. To take 1 from 10. And then slightly different spelling, Ashara Ya'shiru, Bab Daraba, to add 1 to 9, which is the opposite of taking 1 from 10. You add 1 to 9. That's Ashara Ya'shiru. And then Ashrun, we know, means 10. Ishar is a plural of Ushara'u. Ushara'u, and means 10-month pregnant camels. Plural, so has to be S at the end. 10-month pregnant camels. And then Ma'asharun, which is also used in the Quran, company, group, or kinsfolk. Okay. And when the 10-month pregnant she camels, okay, Uttilat, so Atila Ya'talu, Atulan, Atulan, Bab Samia, of a woman to not be adorned with any ornament. Okay, for a woman to not be wearing her jewelry, to be destitute of any ornament or decoration, to be destitute of any occupation, to be idle, to be without work. Form 2 is attala yu'attilu ta'atilan. In Urdu, we use the word ta'atil quite often. Bab taf'il, to leave without care, to neglect, to leave without work, leave idle, to suspend, to discontinue, to ban temporarily. Okay, we use the word mu'attal, which is ism maf'ul from this, the one who is banned temporarily. So uttilat is the passive form of to leave without care, to be left without care, to be neglected, to be abandoned. When the 10-month pregnant she camels shall be abandoned. Okay, needless to say, this is a extremely important thing for Arabs who rely so much on the camels, that a she camel which is pregnant and so close to giving birth, when they are so important for them. Okay, so Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is saying when even those will be left abandoned. Okay. وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ. Ayah number 5. Again, the I'rab is consistent with ayah number 1. So no need to repeat here in terms of meaning. And when wuhushu, so wahasha, yahishu, wahshan, this is a mithal fail. Bab samia, to throw away one's arms or weapons. Okay. Somebody is fighting, when the act of throwing away arms and weapons and basically finishing the war is this what this verb is about. The noun we are dealing with is wuhush, which is the plural of wahshun, means beasts or wild beasts. Okay, basically any big animal, any big animal which cannot be which has not been domesticated, essentially is called beast or wild beast. Okay, and when the wild beasts shall be hushirat, hashara yahshiru or yahshuru, bab daraba and bab nasara, to assemble, to gather, to drive towards a place or a quarter. Hashr, a verbal noun as well as noun, gathering, raising from dead, assembly, migration. Shall be gathered. Okay. When the wild beasts will be gathered. Okay. Ayah number 6, again the I'rab consistent with ayah number 1. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ سُجِّرَتْ. And when Bihar, we have seen before, it's a plural of Bahar. Okay. There are two plural actually. One is Bihar, and the plural of paucity, the Jamu Qilla is Abhur, meaning sea, a great river, a spacious place comprising a large quantity of water. It can be salt water or sea or sweet water. And when the seas Sujjarat, Sajjara yusajjaru tasjiran, ke bab taf'il, to overflow the sea to the extent that all seas become one. Also has the meaning of to set on fire. Okay, and that's what you see. Different translations actually have taken different route to explain this, the use of this verb here. Some have said that the seas will kind of overflow or boil over, shall be boiled over. Okay, and some have taken the route to say are set on fire, shall be set on, set on fire, shall be set on fire. Both meanings are mentioned in the dictionary for this verb, sajjara yusajjiru tasjiran. Okay. Okay, before we go to the next page, just quick recap of what we found on this page. Iza shamsu kubbirat wa izan nujumun kadarat. And when the sea shall be wrapped up or covered in darkness, and when the stars will become murky, wa idal jibalu suyirat, and when the mountains shall be set in motion, wa idal isharu uttilat, when the 10-month-old she camel, 10-month pregnant she camels shall be abandoned, left to no care. وَإِذَا الْوُحُوشُ حُشِرَتْ, and when the wild beasts shall be gathered. وَإِذَا الْبِحَارُ سُجِّرَتْ, and when the seas are shall be boiled over. Now, before I go to the next page, just wanted to point out one thing. Notice in all these cases, there is a ta'utanisi at the end of each one of this verb that we are dealing with here. Okay, and again, this is the beauty of Quran. Every fa'il or na'ib fa'il that we are dealing with is either feminine just by convention. So basically every file or naive file is feminine. Okay, the reason for feminine can be different, but every single one of them is feminine. Shams, for example, is feminine by convention. Najum is a jama for ghair aqil, which is treated like a feminine singular. Jibal, again same thing. Ashar, again she camel, they are the one which are pregnant, so that of course is feminine. Wuhush, again kullu jama muannas. Bihar, kullu jama muannas. And then, so as we look at the rest of them, you will see every single one of them is actually feminine. And because they are feminine, the ta'utanis is brought in. That kind of brings in that rhythm at the end of every ayah. Okay. وَإِذَا النُّفُوسُ زُوِّجَتْ. Okay. So we'll do the this part here and then move to the next one, inshallah, on the next page. And when nufusu zuvwijat. Okay. Nafs we have seen in many surahs before. Okay. Nafasa yanfusu, nafasan, nifasatan, nifasun or nafasatan, to be valuable, precious. The word nafs, okay, one plural is nufus, which is regular plural, which is what we have seen here, which we're seeing here, and then the jamu qilla is anfus, soul, a person, or self. Okay, and when an-nufus, the souls, zuvwijat. Okay, zawwaja yuzawwiju tazwijan bab taf'il. I could not find a meaningful verb for it in the Thulathi Mujarrad in multiple dictionaries. That's why I mentioned the form 2 only. Means to pair, to couple. Zawjun, plural of azwaj, means opposite of single. Okay, with the opposite of single, meaning a pair, spouse, husband, wife, companion, mate. Okay, and so zawwaja means to pair, to couple. Okay, when the souls are paired, okay, or coupled, kind of two explanations are given. One is with each other, or some believe it is or with their bodies. Okay.
Because that it should be shall be.
Sorry, Jazakallah khair for reminding me. Shall be paired / coupled with each other or with their body. Jazakallah khair, Ben Sar, for reminding me about that. Moving on, ayah number 8. وَإِذِ الْمَوْءُودَةُ سُئِلَتْ. And when maw'udatu, the root is wa'ada. It is mahmuzul ain. It is a hamza at the ain, or second particle, and it is misal wawi. So wa'ada ya'idu wa'dan. Okay, believe it or not, the meaning of the verb itself is to bury one's daughter alive. Okay, to bury one's daughter alive. Kind of scary to see a verb like that. I mean, when you have a verb like that, that means that this was a common practice. This was something that they needed to have a verb to describe what is happening. Maw'udatun. Ma'udatun is the ismul maf'ul. Okay, on the version of maf'ul. Female infant who is buried alive. Female infant who is buried alive. Okay, and when the female infant buried alive. Okay, su'ilat, sa'ala yas'alu, su'alan, to ask. Okay, tasa'ala yatasa'alu, to ask one another, form 6. Sa'ilun ismul fa'il, one who asks. Mas'ul is the one who is asked, which is ism maf'ul. Su'ilat is, here it is mabni lil majhul. Okay, shall be asked. Okay, I should have actually done the, yeah, so idul ma'udatu su'ilat. Yeah. Again, the analysis of this is consistent with ayah number 1. Then ayah number 9, bi ayyi zambin qutilat. Okay. Now we have to do analysis for this one because this is not consistent with the previous ayats here. B B is harf jar, ayyi is ism majroor. Okay. Zambin, mudaf ilayhi, mudaf being ayyu or ayyi. And then qutilat is fi'l madi, madi lil majhul, mabni lil majhul. Naib fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu hiya. And then ta is lit ta'anis. Okay. And then this whole jumla, bi ayyi zambin qutilat, okay, jumla fi mahalli nasbin fi mahalli nasbin maf'ulun bihi. Okay. للفعل سئلت. سئلت. And then it says بتقدير عن, with the estimated an, because typically when you are ask someone, then you will say, you will ask about, so you will say an with that. Okay, so an here is not mentioned explicitly, but in order to kind of understand the meaning, what will she be asked? She will be asked about this بأي ذنب قتلت. Let's look at the meanings, inshallah. بأي, for which, zamb, zanaba yaznubu or yaznebu, so bab nasara, bab zaraba, to follow closely. The noun zambun, plural zunub, mean sin or crime. Okay, so for which sin or crime qutilat, was she killed. For which sin or crime was she killed? Okay. This was, of course, a slight detour from the sequence of ayah that we were seeing before, and we'll go back to it. But this is just a quick, and this is related to the so'ilat, meaning what was she asked? She was asked for which sin or crime she was killed. Ayah number 10. Why is the suhufu nushirat? Again, same analysis as ayah number 1. So we'll skip the i'rab and go to the meaning straight. Wa'idha, and when. As-suhuf, sahafa yusahifu tashifan. Again, I could not find the sulasi mujarrad fail for it. To misplace the diacritical marks, to misspell, to mispronounce. This is for bab taf'il. Sahifa, plural being suhuf or sahaif, that which is written upon. Okay, that which is written upon leaf, page, also may have the meaning of record. And when, with the records, and there is an implication here, record of deeds. Okay. Nushirat, nashara yanshuru, nashran, bab nasara, to spread out, to unfold. Okay. With the masdar of nashran or nushuran, also has the meaning of to resurrect from the dead, and it's used in this meaning in the Quran as well. Wa ilayhin nushur, we see that in Surah Mulk. Anshara yunshiru insharan, to resurrect from the dead. Intashara yantashiru intisharan, to disperse. Nashrun, spreading out, unfolding, resurrecting. Nushur, similar meaning, resurrecting, reviving, spreading out. So here, nushirat, this is the Surasi Mujarrad, to spread out, to unfold. And when the records shall be spread out. Spread out or unfolded. Okay. وَإِذَا السَّمَاءُ كُشِطَتْ. Again, same analysis as ayah number 1. So let's get to the translation. And when the sky kushitat, I think this is the only place where this verb is used. I can be wrong, but I don't recall this verb being used elsewhere in the Quran. If you have seen it, please correct me if I'm wrong. Kashata, yakshitu, kashtan, bab daraba, to remove, to take off, to strip off, to scrape off. Okay, scrape off. Shall be, when the sky shall be stripped away. Okay, when the sky shall be stripped away. وَإِذَا الْجَحِيمُ سُعِّرَتْ. Okay, وَإِذَا الْجَحِيمُ سُعِّرَتْ. And when Jahim, okay, we've seen this many times. The word Jahim itself is fire, burning, blazing. Al-Jahim is also a name for the hellfire. Okay, and when the hellfire su'irat, so the Surasi Mujarrad is Sa'ara Yas'aru, Sa'aran, Bab Fataha, to kindle or start a fire. And then Sa'ara Yus'iru Tas'iran, form 2, Bab Tafil, has a similar meaning, to kindle or start a fire. Also has the meaning of to price or to set a price. Sa'ir, again a noun which is used in the Quran as well, blazing fire or intense fire. So Su'irat, to kindle or start a fire. Okay. And when the hellfire shall be set ablaze. Shall be set ablaze. وَإِذَا الْجَنَّةُ أُزْلِفَتْ. Okay, this is the last of the 12 shartiya sentences. And when Al-Jannah, okay, again we have seen this before, comes from Jannah Yajunnu, Jannan, Jununan. Bab Nasara, to cover, to hide. Jinn is as opposed to human. And Majnoon, which is coming later in this surah actually, mad, insane, or cursed. Jannah, plural Jannat, garden or paradise. And when the paradise, uzlifat. Zalafa yazlufu, zalfan, zalafan, zalifan. Bab Nasara, to approach, to go near. Azlafa yuzlifu, izlafan, to bring near, to bring close. Okay. Zulfatun, again this is used in Surah Mulk as well, approaching, being close at hand. Okay. And then also the meaning of span of time. Okay. So uzlifat is a majhul form of azlafa, yuzlifu. Okay. Shall be brought near. Shall be brought near. Okay. Wa izal jannatu uzlifat, and when the paradise shall be brought near. Okay. So this actually completes the shart. Before I go to the jawabu shart, just wanted to quickly go back and complete that thread we talked about, how every single fail which is used in the shart here is all have a ta'utanisi at the end. And we see the same pattern here. Zuwijat, su'ilat, qutilat, nushirat, kushitat, su'irat, uzlifat. Okay. Why? Again, because everything is that we are talking about is feminine. Nufus, feminine. Kullu jama muannas. Ma'udatu, of course, feminine. Suhuf, kullu jama muannas, is sama'u. Sama'u actually is treated as a feminine. Now, some dictionaries say that it can also be taken as a masculine, but in this case, definitely it's been taken as a feminine. Jahim, hellfire, is feminine, and so is al-Jannah, which even structurally we can see that there is a Tamul Buta at the end, is also feminine. Okay, so just without Anisi and this form, this version of Fu'ila, you can see that all the sound, all the fi'l sound similar or have a same version to them. We go to ayah number 14, which is now jawabu shart. Okay. Alimat nafsum ma ahdarat. Okay. So alimat fi'l madi mabni ala fatha. Ta is lita'anis. Nafs is fa'il. Okay. Now you can tell the nafs is by convention feminine in Arabic. Ma is ma al-mawsula. Okay. In this case, it is fi mahalli nasbin mafulun bihi. Then ahdarat fi'l madi mabni ala fatha. Fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu. I just want to check here quickly. Of course, here. Okay. Now, in this case, again, the mafulun bihi. Sorry, I should complete this first. Ta is again for lita'anis. And mafulun bihi is mahzuf taqdiruhu hu. Ahdarat hu. And that is the aid that goes back to ma. Okay. And ahdarat itself is silatul mawsul. Okay. Let's look at the translation, inshallah. Alimat, shall know. Now, in this case, again, I'm translating this into future because of Iza. It's coming as a jawab to Iza. I should have mentioned in the analysis actually that this is jawabu shart. Okay. Shall know every soul ma that which. Okay. Hadara yahduru huduran bab nasara, to be present, to attend, to take part, to participate. And then ahdara yuhdiru has a causative meaning, to cause to be present, to bring, to put to put forward. Okay. Ma ahdarat. Okay. It put forward. What? It put forward or brought. Okay. Brought with it. So all that sequence of shart is a sama, so is a shamsu kubirat, وَإِذَا النُّجُومُ انْكَدَرَتْ, all the way up to وَإِذَا الْجَنَّةُ أُزْلِفَتْ. Look at the weight of all those events which are mentioned. Huge events, huge things which are mentioned and what's going on. And the Jawab Shart is all about alimat nafsum ma ahdarat. Okay, so that we should try to get the weight of the Jawab Shart, that this is so important for every soul. Every soul is going to at that point really be concerned about what did I bring forward? What did I do? Where do I stand in the scheme of things that I have to deal with now? Okay. So this is a way for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us to pay attention to what we are doing and what we are bringing forward or putting forward in our future. Okay. Anyway, I see a couple of raised hands. Brother Nisar, please go ahead.
Zahid, the sentences start with Iza, which is the ism, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a ism, so we need a fa for the Jawab Shart. Ismiyatu, talbiyatu, and so forth.
Sorry.
All the shart started, Iza Shams
Okay.
all started with the Iza,
Yeah.
which is ism.
Correct.
And then by that thing, the ish.
Okay.
Alimat nafsun ma ahdarat should be from fa.
I understand.
Yeah.
So your point is that because the jumla is a shamsu kuvvirat, the first jumla, and of course the subsequent one, all of them have iza in them.
Yeah.
And because the iza is a zarf is a ism, and one of the conditions is that if you have the ismiya sentence, then the jawab shart should have a fa in it.
Yeah,
Is that the correct summary of your question?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm wondering.
I think the confusion there is that all those conditions that we talk about for bringing fa are related to the jawabu shart, not the shart. Meaning the jawabu shart sentence has to be ismiya. The jawabu shart sentence has to be talabiya and all that. In this case, the jawabu shart is alimat, which is a jumla failure, and it doesn't meet any of the other requirements of fa, meaning it does not have, it's not talabiya.
Yeah.
It's not jamid and so on and so forth. So hence it does not have a fa.
It's a senior movement. Yeah. Correct.
No worries. Brother Abdul Hamid, please go ahead.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother, this what we put forward, what we bring or to put forward, ma ahdarat. So this is tanisi, and what we are forwarding is that also it should not be ha instead of who, ahdarat who.
Good question. Why are we saying it is? Because ma, the mal mausula, actually covers both male and female, everything. It covers everything. It really has no specificity in terms of it should be male or female. But typically, all your amal. Yeah. It's a very good question. I am hesitating to answer because what I have seen typically is that when they say maf'ulun bihi in such situations is mazuf, they would typically put who, they wouldn't put ha. But then as I'm thinking about it, if you have more than one, if you have plural amal or plural things that you're putting forward, then kullu jama muannas, then it should be ha. So that's where I'm hesitating to say who is correct. But then I have not seen ha being used in such in such context. That's where I'm not. I don't want to propose that ha should be used. I can do a little bit more reading on it, see if there is any dictionary which has given this taqdiruhu, and I will actually share that inshallah with the group.
Jazakallah khair.
Inshallah. So let's do the analysis inshallah. The fala uqsimu. So fa and la are two different parts. Fa here is harfu isti'nafiya. La here is la zaida. This is the same concept that we started before when we were doing Suratul Balad. La uqsimu bihadal balad. So that la is the same. Uqsimu is fi'l mudare marfu بضمة الظاهرة على آخره. فاعل مستتر تقديره أنا. And this goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. Bil khunnas, harf jar B, and al khunnas, jar wa majroor muta'alliq bi fi'l uqsimu. Okay. Muta'alliq bi fi'l uqsimu. If you look at the meanings, so this la, as we said, is zaida. So no specific translation as such. It is used to essentially tell the listener or the audience or the reader to kind of clear off any perceptions that you have on this topic. Okay, what's going to be described. So whatever you are thinking or whatever misconceptions that you have about this, you clear that off. That's not what the case is. But the case, what is true, will be mentioned after the qasam as part of the jawab al-qasam. But first the qasam, first the oath, in order to emphasize what is going to be said. Okay. So uqsimu, qasama yuqsimu, qasama yaqsimu, actually qisman, to divide, to part, to split. You know, in Urdu we say qism, that basically is from same root. Qasama yuqsimu taqsiman, to divide, to part, to split. In Urdu we taqsim is used as to mean division. Aqsama yuqsimu iqsaman, to take an oath. So this is a verb that we are looking at here, to take an oath, to swear, to vow. Qasamun, oath. Qismatun, dividing, allotment, also has the meaning of part, share, or destiny. Yeah. So here, aqsama yuqsimu, uqsimu, I swear. Okay. Bil khunnas. Khanasa yakhnusu, khanasa yakhnusu, or yakhnisu, both spellings are there. Khunusan or khansan. To draw back or backwards, recede, retreat, to remain behind, to hold back. Khanis, which is ismul fa'il, plural is khunnas, which is what we are dealing with here. So it is a plural of khanis, which is ismul fa'il, one who or which goes back or backwards, recedes or retreats. Al khunnas is referred to as the stars, because they retire or hide themselves or become concealed in the daytime. Also has the meaning of the planets, which retrace their own courses. Okay, some language scholars say that these are the 5 planets: the Saturn, the Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and Mercury, because they have a bidirectional movement, and some actually call them puzzled planets. Okay, so stars and planets are the 2 common meanings which many dictionaries give for it. We also saw another noun from this root, al-khannas, okay, which is ismul fa'il ala sigha mubalagha. This is it means the devil, he who withdraws when the name of God is mentioned, a descriptive adjective of the devil. So we saw that is Surah An-Nas. Okay. So here bil khunnas will basically mean the stars or planets. stars or planets. Okay. The common translation that I've seen is by the, I swear by the retreating stars. Okay. And number 16, Al-Jawaril Kunnas. Al-Jawaril Kunnas. So Al-Jawar here is not number 1 to Al-Khunnas, and Al-Kunnas is not Athani. Okay. What is the meaning? Jara Yajri, we have seen this word many times, or this verb many times, to flow, to run. Jariyatun, plural, which is actually Ismul Fa'il Muannas. Plural is Jawarin, because it's manqus, or Jariyatun. That which flows, flowing, running. Also is said a girl or a young woman, female slave, female of ghulam, so called because of her activity and running. Okay. Now the word al-jawar, al-jawari, means the stars. Okay. The stars. Okay. Okay. So the translation that I have seen mostly done is the ones which run. Okay. You can also say flow their courses. Okay. And then al-kunnas, kanasa yaknusu or yaknisu, kansan, to sweep. Kanes, which is ismul fa'il, and plural is kunnasun, retreating into their homes, setting along a course of their own. Setting along a course of their own. Okay. Some have taken the meaning of retreating into their homes as basically retreating or hiding or disappearing. Okay. So the ones which hide or disappear. Okay. So again, Fala uqsimu bil khunnas, I swear by the retreating stars. Al jawaril kunnas, the ones which run and flow their courses. The ones which hide or disappear. Okay. So the qasam continues. Ayah number 17. Wal layli idha as. Okay. So wal layli idha as. Wow is harfu atf. Layl is ma'tufun ala khunnas. Iza is a zarf zaman. Okay. And here it is fi mahalli nasbin. And then as is fi'l madi mabni ala fatha, fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. Okay. And then this jumla fi'liya, fi mahalli jar'in mudaf ilayhi, because it's coming after zarf idha. Wal layl, and by the night, إذا, when, عصعص. عصعص is a فعل رباعي مجرد. Okay. عصعص يعصعص عصعصة, to darken. Okay. Or for the night's darkness to descend. Okay. When the action of night's darkness to descend is called as'asa. Okay. When it descends. Okay. So the first oath was on the retreating stars, the one which run or flow, the one which hide and disappear, and then continues by saying, and by the night when it descends. Was sub, and then next ayah number 18, was subhi is a tanaffas. Wow is again harfu atf. Subhi is ma'tufun ala al-khunnas. Ida, same, sarf zaman, fi mahalli nasbin, tanaffas, fail madi, mabni ala fatha, fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu, huwa, and this, by the way, huwa goes to sub. Previously in as'asa, the huwa went to al-layl. And this jumla fi'liya, fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayhi. Meaning, subh comes from sabaha yasbahu, sabhan. To reach the morning time, to give out a morning draught of milk or wine. Asbaha yusbihu isbahan, to enter the morning time, also to be or to become. We know in that meaning it is a sister of kana. Subh means morning or dawn. And by the dawn, إذا, when, tanaffas. Okay, so tanaffas, actually, we have to go back to point number 12, because the root is the same as nafs. Nafasa yanfusu. So tanaffas, form 5. Tanaffasa yatanaffasu, tanaffusan, to breathe, to inhale, to exhale, to have a break, to take rest, to show through, to break through. Okay, that's the meaning that it's typically used for. And by the dawn, when it breaks through. When it breaks through. Okay. That was the qasam. فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالْخُنَّسِ الْجَوَارِ الْكُنَّسِ وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا عَسْعَسَ وَالصُّبْحِ إِذَا تَنَفَّسَ. Now the Jawabu Qasam start. إِنَّهُ لَقَوْلُ رَسُولٍ كَرِيمٍ. Now we know that in Jawabu Qasam, there should always be a emphasis, and depending upon the type of jumla, emphasis will be different. In the case of the jumla ismiya, we are looking for inna or a combination of inna and lam ta'kid. So in this case, actually both are used. In the case of jumla fi'liya, we would have been looking for, in the case of madi, we would be looking for laqad. In the case of mudari, we would have been looking for lam talaqi al-qasam, followed by nun thaqila. But of course, there are other conditions for those two to come, but there should always be a emphasis as long as the sentence is affirmative. In the case of negation or istifham, that emphasis is not required. Here we have a affirmative jumla ismiya, hence we have emphasis. So here the sentence jawabu qasam is a jumla ismiya, which is affirmative, hence we have emphasis in it. So inna who. Okay. So inna wa ismuha. La qawl. La here is lamul muzahlaqa. Okay, because it has been displaced from its original position of being lamul ibtada. For taqeed, of course, lit taqeed. Qawl is khabar inna marfu'un wa huwa mudaf. Rasulin is mudaf ilayhi. And Kareem is Naat Awwal li Rasul. Naat Awwal li Rasul. Let's look at the meaning, inshallah. Innahu, indeed, he, sorry, not he. I take it back. Indeed, it. Okay, we'll see the difference later. La qawlu, okay, qawl comes from qala yaqulu. Okay. I don't think I captured the notes for it because it's understood. It is the word Rasul, okay, of a messenger, Kareem. Okay. We have seen Kareem comes from Karuma, Yakrumu. This adjective was used previously for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ma gharraka bi rabbikal Kareem. We saw that in Surah Al-Infitar. So Kareem means generous, noble, dignified. Okay. So Kareem here is noble. Okay. Indeed, it is the word of a noble messenger. Ayah number 20. Zi inda dhil arshi makin. Okay. Zi is not
Brother Zaid is the Kuwwatu. Kuwwatin inda.
ذي قوة عند ذي العرش مكين.
Yeah.
Sorry, I may have misspoken.
Yeah.
جزاك الله خير for correction. ذي قوة عند ذي العرش مكين. So ذي is not Sani for Rasul. قوة, of course, ذي is mudaf. So قوة is mudaf ilayhi. عند ذي العرش. So عند is zarf. Here comes as zarf makan. Okay. Okay. And then ذي is coming after inda, which is a zarf. So zi itself becomes mudaf ilayhi wa huwa mudaf, and al arsh is mudaf ilayhi again. Okay. Just trying to double check here. Just give me one quick second. If I got this right. I have an analysis for inda here, which says it is muta'alliq makin. I just want to confirm that once again. Yeah, so it says zarf makan muta'alliq متعلق بمكين, which is coming later. So zarf came earlier. And then makeen is, I'm losing the count for the naat. We had 1, 2, and 3. This is naat as-salis for Rasul. Okay, let's try to understand it, inshallah. The meaning. The, okay, the first Z is possessing. Okay, and some say endowed with quwwa. Okay, qawiya yaqwa quwwatan, to be or become strong. Okay, naqis verb. Vigorous, forceful, mighty, also has the meaning of to be able to do something. Quwwatun, plural qiwan, also quwan or quwwatun, strength, might, power. Okay, so here al quwwa, possessing power, in the, with, okay, with the, here the meaning of in the second Z is with the owner of the arsh. Arsh we have seen before. Okay, arasha ya arishu. Arsh is means the act of erecting a trellis, but as a noun, it means throne, roof, or couch. Okay, of the throne. Okay, and then makeen. Makeen here is comes from makuna yamkunu makanatan bab karuma, to be or become strong, to become influential, to have power. Okay, makana yumakkinu tamkeenan, to establish, to strengthen. This is also used in the Quran. Inna makkanna fil ardi. This is in Surat-al-Kahf. Amkana yumkinu imkanan. Form 4, to become possible. Mumkin is a ism fa'il from it, that which is possible. Makeen is ism fa'il ala sigha mubalagha. The version is fa'il. Safe, secure, or well established, Okay, so secured or well established with the owner of the throne. Okay, so let's understand it now. Innahu laqawlu rasulin kareem. Indeed, it is a word of a noble messenger. Here, the tafsir would tell us that this Rasul is actually the conveyor of the message to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam. Okay, so this Rasul is Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam. It is the word of a noble messenger, and then the first adjective used for Rasul is Kareem, noble. Second one is Zi Quwwatin, possessing power, possessing strength, okay, possessing ability. And the third naat is Makeen. Okay, so in order to understand it, you can kind of rearrange the words in order to understand it in English. Makeen inda zil arsh. Okay, he is well established, secured with the owner of the throne. With the owner of the throne, meaning he is, I mean, he's been given a specific security and provided with whatever is needed by the owner of the throne. So in this case, the Z or Zil Arsh is basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who possesses or owns the throne. Okay, so his standing with the owner of the throne is well established or secured, essentially. Meaning, this is all to establish the authenticity of the qawl, authenticity of the message that is being sent to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the one who is conveying himself is noble, he has the ability, and he is well established with the owner of the throne. Okay, so that's what these three naat do. And then it continues on actually in ayah number 21, muta'in thamma amin. So muta'in is naat number 4. Thamma is this is not summa, by the way. It says thamma with a fatha on tha. Zarf makan. Okay. Mabni fi mahalli nasbin. Amin is naat number 5. Okay. So muta'in comes from ta'a, ta waw ain, yatu'u, taw'an, to obey. Okay. To obey and to be obedient. Okay. Ata'a yuti'u ita'atan, form 4, to obey, to follow, to comply with someone's wishes. Okay. And to exceed. Let's see. Istata'a yastati'u istata'atan, form 10, to be able to be in the position to do, to be capable of. Muta'un is a ismul maf'ul min ata'a. Okay. Muti'un would have been the ismul fa'il. Muta'un is ismul maf'ul, one who is obeyed. Muti'un would have been the one who obeys. Muta'un is the one who is obeyed. Okay. So here muta'un is the one who is obeyed. Okay. One who is obeyed. Thamma is a zarf meaning there. Okay. And the translations have some explanation for it here. In the heavens. That he is obeyed in the one who is obeyed in the heavens. Okay. And then Amin. Okay. Amin, comes from Amina Ya'manu. Amina Ya'manu. Bab Sami'a, Amanan. To be safe, to feel safe. And then Amuna Ya'manu, Bab Karuma. Masdar being Amanatan. To be faithful, reliable, trustworthy. Amin is a ismul fa'il ala sigha mubalagha. Honest, trustworthy, safe, secure. Okay. So here Amin is, you can say honest or trustworthy. Okay. So again, we got two more adjectives for Rasul. One, that he is obeyed there in the heavens, meaning again it kind of goes back to zi quwwatin, that he has power, he has ability. And then the other thing is he is honest and he is trustworthy. Okay. This is again all goes back to building the authenticity of the word. Okay. Moving on, inshallah. Wama sahibukum bimajnoon. Wow here is harfu atf. Ma here is nafiya. Okay. This is the Mal Hijaziya, which is Amala Ma Laisa, the thing that Laisa does, that's what this ma does. Okay. Sahibukum is a ismu ma, wa huwa mudaf, kum is mudaf ilayhi, bi majnoon. Okay. B is harfu jar zaida, And majnoon is khabar ma. Okay. Now, because of the extra harf jar that came, we basically say majroorun lafzan, meaning it is actually majroon. Sorry, it is majroor because it is preceded by harf jar. But the khabar ma al-Hijaziyah is supposed to be mansoob. Okay, so here that's why we have to say it's mansoob mahlan. Okay, so translation, and not, sorry, I should say, and is not sahibukum. Okay, so we know the meaning of sahib comes from sahiba yashabu, to be or become a companion, fellow friend, fellow traveler. Sahib, plural sahaba or ashab, companion, associate, fellow. Okay, so and is not, and your companion, sahibukum, your companion is not be majnoon. Okay, the label I have for majnoon is 24. Let's just go back and see what that was. Yeah, so janna yajunnu, jannan or jununan. Okay, means to cover, to hide. Jinn, collective noun, jinn as opposed to humans. Majnoon is ism maf'ul, that who is mad, insane, possessed, or crazy. Okay, jannatun also comes from the same root. Of course, we know meaning as garden or paradise. So here be majnoon. Okay, and your companion is not mad or crazy. Okay, is not mad or crazy. Now this sahibukum refers to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, previously the Rasul was used. The word Rasul was used to mean Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam, the messenger who brings the message. And now, and of course, many qualities or adjectives were used to establish his honesty, his ability, his rank with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now now it continues on to the one who is receiving the message, which is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That he's saying he is not crazy, he's not mad. Okay, Brother Abdul Hamid, please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
But you translated Samma. Can you go back? Samma, it's written heaven.
Did I? No, I said there in the heavens.
Okay, Samma means there.
Yeah, Sama means there, but then when it says there, without any context, somebody can say there where. So then the translations provide an explanation by saying this there essentially means in the heavens, or whatever that place is where the angels are, basically.
Okay, Jazakallah khair.
Waiyakum. Okay. We move on to ayah number 23. وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ بِالْأُفُقِ الْمُبِينِ. Okay. I forgot to mention one thing. Remember, we are in the, I should have mentioned, and I missed it. I should mention this jumla ismiya. Okay, yeah, I should have done it. Let me do a little bit of editing here so that I can make some room here. So this lam we know is al-lamul muzahlaqa. At-Takwir. But then the thing I wanted to establish is that this Jumla Ismiya, okay, La Mahrullah min al-I'rab, Jawabul Qasam. Okay. The reason it kind of reminded me is that we are in the Jawabul Qasam, and Jawabul Qasam we know requires emphasis, and we saw that emphasis in the first sentence, innahu, inna, and lamul muzalaqa both were there. And in the second sentence, wama sahibukum bi majnoon, we did not see emphasis, and the reason is because there's a negation in it. When there's a negation, you don't see the emphasis. But then we are now in the next ayah, وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ بِالْأُفُقِ الْمُبِينِ. We are still in the Jawabul Qasam, and this is again an affirmative sentence with a fail madi coming in. So the instrument of emphasis for fail madi is laqad, and we can see that here. Okay, so waw here is harfu atf, laqad. Okay, it's typically broken down into two parts, lam and qad. Okay, lam is analyzed as allamu waqiyatu fi jawab al-qasam. And qad is harfu tahqiq. Okay, and the other thing I should have mentioned previously was that wama sahibukum, so that jumla, okay, this jumla is ma'tufun ala innahu laqawlu, sorry, and same thing with this one, this jumla ma'tufun ala innahu laqawlu rasulun kareem. All right, let's look at it. Ra'a and who. Ra'a is fi'l madi mabni ala fathat al-muqaddara, fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. This huwa goes to sahib in the previous ayah. Who is maf'ulun bihi. B harfu jar. Ufuqi is ism majroor muta'alliq bi fi'l ra'a. Okay. And mubin is na'at. I think I can write na'at better than that. Na'at li al ufuq. Okay. It's an adjective for ufuq. Let's look at the meaning, inshallah. And certainly or some has and has ra'ahu, he saw it. Okay, shouldn't say it actually. He saw him. He saw him. Okay. Who is this him? Based on the tafsir, Jibreel alayhi salam, bil ufuq. Okay. Let's go to number 45. So afaqa ya'fiqu afqan, to go on one's way, to go away, okay, into the land or country. Afiqa ya'faqu, to attain the utmost degree. Okay. as though one reached the ufuq, the horizon. In generosity, in knowledge, in chasteness of speech, in eloquence, etc. Okay, that's the second spelling. Afiqa, ya'faqu, afqan. Ufuq, plural afaq, means horizon or range of vision. Okay, so here ufuq means horizon. Okay. In the horizon, he saw him in the horizon. In the horizon, al-mubin. Okay, so bana, bayanun, yabinu, bayanan, to be or become plain, evident, come to light, to be clear. It's an intransitive verb. There are other masdar as well. Bainan or bainunatan means to part or to be separated. Bayyana yubayyinu tabyinan, okay, to make clear, to make plain, evident, to explain, to bring out in the open. This is a transitive verb. Form 4 is similar in meaning. Abana yubinu ibanatan, to explain, to expound, to separate, to distinguish. Mubin is a ismul fa'il from abana, that which expresses clearly, eloquent, clear, manifest. Okay. Al-mubin, clear. So he saw him. He saw, so certainly, or he has seen him in the clear horizon. In the clear horizon. Okay. Continuing on, inshallah. Next. Ayah number 24.
There's Zahid.
Yep.
Sorry, I raised the hand. I don't think you saw it.
Sorry, I don't saw. Please go ahead. Yes.
It's okay. This Ra Basriya then, right?
This is Ra al-Basriya with only one maf'ulun bihi, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So Ra'a yara, to see, and Ra'a qalabiya would have been to think, to deem, and in that case, it will be doubly transitive. Yeah. Okay. Ayah number 24. Wama huwa alal ghaibi bidanin. Okay. Wow here is harfu atf. Ma is once again ma'al hijaziyah. Huwa is ismu ma marfu'un. Ala harfu jar. Al ghaib majroor. Bidanin jar wa majroor. Jar and danin is, sorry, not ism. Khabar ma, and we will do the same analysis here. Majroorun. What am I doing? Lafzan and mansubun mahlan. Okay. And of course, this whole jumla is ma'tufun ala innahu laqawlu rasulin kareem, meaning, and not he upon the ghaib. Okay. Ghaba yaghibu, ghaibatan or ghaiban, to be or become absent, to be or become hidden, concealed. Okay. Ghaib, plural ghuyub, absence, unknown, hidden, unseen. Okay. Upon the unseen, okay. Dhaneen, not a very commonly used verb. Dhanna is a mudaf verb, dad, noon, yadannu or yadinnu. Okay. Interestingly, it is either bab sami'a, meaning the madi was dhanina, yadannu, or it was yadanna, or meaning the, na, and then yadinnu. To be or become niggardly, stingy, to keep back. And then daneen is ismul fa'il ala sigha mubalagha, one who keeps something to oneself. Okay. Or one who withholds or keeps back. Okay. And upon the unseen, withholder. So he is not upon the unseen a withholder, meaning he's not withholding something which is unseen, meaning that it's not that he knows and he's withholding it. He's conveying whatever is conveyed to him, and he's conveying to you. He's not holding back any information that is given to him, and that you may think that he knows, and he's stingy about it, and he's holding it back from you. Okay. Again, it all goes back to that the message through all its channels, it's coming to the people, and the messengers involved are all doing their job. Nobody is basically either mixing the message or holding it back. Okay. Ayah number 25, وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Okay, so this is also important. Wow, again harfu atf. Ma mal hijaziya. Huwa is ismu ma biqawli harfu jar az-zaida. I should have mentioned here as well that this B here is also harfu jar zaida. Qawl is khabar ma majrurun lafzan mansubun mahlan wa huwa mudaf. Shaitan is mudaf ilayhi, and rajim is naat li shaitan. Okay. And this whole jumla, وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ, this jumla is ma'tufun ala innahu laqawlu rasulin kareem. Okay, let's look at the meaning. And is not it a word? I not say word, actually. The word of shaitan, or you can say devil. Rajim, rajama yarjumu rajman, bab nasara, to stone, to curse, to damn. Rajim is ismul maf'ul ala sigha mubalagha. You can have is just like we studied in Medina books, that you can have ismul fa'il ala sigha mubalagha on the version of fa'il. Rajim, you can also have a ismul maf'ul ala sigha mubalagha on the same version. In this case, rajim is that. So the one who is cursed, cast out, or stoned, okay, of shaitan, cast out or cursed. Okay. So now it says, and it is not the word of shaitan. Sorry, and it is not the word of the cursed or cast out shaitan. Okay. Again, kind of it completely eliminates that possibility as well, that there's nothing in here that in this Quran or in this message that it can be attributed to shaitan. Okay. Ayah number 26. فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ. فَأَيْنَ tazhabun. Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah. So, fa aina. Okay. So this fa is said to be, it's a alfa'u waqi'atu fi jawab al-shart mahzuf. Okay. Let's take this away from here and give ourselves some room over here. Okay. Okay. Taqdiruhu. So what is this estimation of this shart? Okay. Here's what some of the Arab dictionaries say. In tabayyana lakum, okay, if made clear to you what amrar, sorry, rasuli wal Quran, okay, fa aina tazhabuna. So if the command of the messenger and the Quran is made clear to you, okay, where will you go? Where will you go? Okay. And there are some other similar estimations as well. I thought this was kind of the best one, again based on my assessment. Aina is a ismu istifham. Ismu istifham. Of course, coming here as zarf. Sorry, not zaman. Zarf makan. Okay. And then tazhabun. Fi'l mudare. Marfu. بثبوت نون. واو is ضمير متصل في محل رفع فاعل. Okay. What's the translation? Aina, where? Tazhabun, zahaba yazhabu. Okay, one of the most common verb used in Medina books. To go, to travel, to disappear. Okay, by the way, azhaba yuzhabu is haban, form 4 is also used in the Quran to cause to go away, to remove, to take away. Okay, so here it is the Sulasi Mujarrad, zahaba yazhabu. Where will you, go? Where will you go? Okay, where will you go? Or where you are going. Okay, now that you know that the message is here, you know that the message is authentic, the chain of messengers which are bringing in are honest and not crazy, and they're not holding anything back, then after knowing all of that, where are you going? What are you doing? Okay. Okay. In huwa illa dhikrun lil alameen. By the way, is the class okay to spend another 10 minutes for me to finish it? Or would you rather stop now and then come back next week? Personally, I'm okay either way.
I think it's okay for me.
For people to stay?
Yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay. Let's finish the surah, inshallah, then. Ayah number 27. In huwa illa dhikrun lil alameen. Okay. This in is not the in that we most commonly find in Quran, which is a harfu shart. This is actually a harfu nafi. So there are 3 uses of in we know. Just a quick revision. In as a harfu shart. We know that it is it's a harfu shart. Tajrimu fa'ilain. It actually makes 2 fail majzoom in that case. That's the first use. That's I would say the most common use. The other use is in nafiya, which just basically it used for nafi. And the third one is it's a lightweight form of inna. Okay. In that case, it's a harfu tawqeedin. But in that case, the whole requirement of the inna having a ism and that ism being mansoob goes away, and you can have a just regular nominal sentence, or you can even have a jumla fi'liya coming after that in. Anyway, so those are the 3 uses of in. This in is a nafiya, okay, negation. Nafiya. Huwa, in this case, is damir munfasil, mabni ala fatha, fi mahalli raf'in, mubtada. Now this, by the way, in nafiya, almost all places, not all places, but almost all places in the Quran, this in nafiya is followed by an exception. Is followed by an exception like illa. So here illa is harfu istisna. Zikrun is a khabar for mubtada, which was huwa. And then lil alameen, harfu jarli, and alameen, majroor. It's majroor because with the ya, because it's a jama muzakkar salim. Meaning, in, not, huwa, it, illa, except or but, zikr. Okay, we know the meaning of zikr. Zakara yazkuru, zikr, remembrance, mentioning, recollection, revelation. Okay, it is not but, also meaning of reminder, a reminder, lil alameen. Okay, for the worlds. Okay, alameen, I think we did it when in the ayah that we did alimat nafsum ma ahdarat. So alima ya'lamu. One of the spellings for that is, let me just bring it up here so you can see. So alima ya'lamu is to know, to be informed, but alama ya'limu or ya'lumu, to mark, to earmark, to designate. Okay, and so alam, alam, plural alamun means world, universe, and then the plural alamun means entire creation, all sorts of created beings, okay, worlds and cosmos. So alameen here is for that, all worlds. Okay, so this is not, it's very clear. Such a short construction that kind of tells us the very nature, the very purpose of the message, the Quran. In huwa illa dhikrun or dhikrun lil alameen. It is nothing but a reminder for the worlds, for the world. Okay. So Nisar, please go ahead.
So here is all the time we are referring to the Rasul, right? But here now you change the subject to refer to the message itself.
Actually, there was one other place. Actually, no, it started with innahu laqawlu rasulin kareem.
Yes.
So the qawl
Yeah.
in this case essentially is Quran. So
Okay.
everything in the Quran is being referred to as qawl.
Yes.
But what was happening was that previously all the qualifications were being given for the messengers. Okay, but the qualifications of the messengers are still given for the purpose of bringing the authenticity of the qawl itself. Okay, and
Right.
then in ayah number 25 again it said وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَيْطَانِ رَجِيمٍ, that it is not the word of the shaitan.
Correct.
So the main emphasis is still on the qawl. Messengers are simply passing the qawl, passing the
Correct.
the message.
Yeah.
So, and then this ayah is on the same line. It's saying it is nothing but a reminder for the worlds.
So ayah number 22 is again the Rasul, it's not the Prophet.
22.
وَمَا صَحَابَكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ.
وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ, correct? That is about that is about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
So first they refer to the other Jibreel alayhi salam,
Correct.
and then call came in for the message, and then we depart and said it's for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then came back to the message, right?
Correct. So it started with innahu laqawlu rasulin kareem. So started with that. This is so indeed it is a word of a noble messenger.
Correct.
Okay. So starts with Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam,
Correct.
then gives us all the qualifications of Hazrat Jibreel.
Yes.
Then now the message from Hazrat Jibreel came to who? To Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is being referred to in that ayah as sahibukum. Okay,
Correct.
meaning your companion is not crazy. Okay,
Correct.
and then he says, next وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ بِالْأُفُقِ الْمُبِينِ, that he did see him. Okay, he certainly saw him, meaning his Jibreel, in the clear horizon. Again, see, seeing him in the clear horizon creates that connection.
Yeah.
That it came from Jibreel to him.
So
Okay.
that is the Prophet Muhammad saw him clearly by his eyes,
Correct.
not felt it
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
horizon.
So
Yeah.
ayah number 22, 23, 24. So from وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ وَلَقَدْ رَآهُ بِالْأُفُقِ الْمُبِينِ and وَمَا هُوَ عَلَى الْغَيْبِ بِضَنِينٍ. This is all talking about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Rasul. Yeah.
Then it goes to another important statement, which is وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ, that this is not a word of the word of shaitan, shaitan at all. Okay.
Yeah.
And now it is coming back to in huwa illa zikrul lil alameen. It is nothing but a reminder for the worlds. Now it kind of goes on. I mean, still on the qawl, or still on the Quran, still on the message, but now it is saying what is the purpose of it. Okay,
Yeah.
the purpose it is a reminder for the worlds.
Yes.
Okay. Ayah number 28. Liman sha'a minkum an yastaqim. Okay. So the previous ayah ended with lil alameen, harfu jar li, and then al alameen. Next ayah is starting with again harfu jar li, and then man sha'a minkum an yastaqim. So here li is harfu jar, and man is mausula. Here it is coming as fi mahali jarrin. So ism majroor. Sha'a fi'l madi mabni ala fatha. Fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu huwa, and that huwa is the a'id. that goes back to man, minkum, jar wa majroor. Ain yastaqim. Okay. An is harf masdari wa nasbin. Yastaqim fi'l mudari mansoob bil fatha fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. Okay. And this masdar mu'awwal fi mahalli nasbin maf'ulun bihi li sha. Okay. We know that masdar mu'awwal basically acts like a noun. So in this case, it is acting as a maf'ulun bihi for sha'a. Fa'il we already got, which is mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. Maf'ulun bihi is an yastaqim. Okay. Now what is this whole liman sha'a minkum an yastaqim? So this liman, okay, this is badal li lil alamin. Okay. First it said for the worlds. Now it is giving us a badal for it, which is liman sha'a minkum an yastaqim. Okay, so let me just explain it, and then I'll I know there's a raised hand. I'll come to that, inshallah. Okay, for the one who sha'a. Okay, so sha'a we have seen many times. I definitely recommend everybody to please take a look at the explanation of sha'a in I think it's the Brill explains it quite well. For the one who wills minkum among you, ain, okay, that yastaqim, okay, qama, where am I lost in my notes? Okay, sorry, not for sha'a yasha'u. I said mufradatul alfazul Quran. Mufradatul alfazil Quran for an explanation of difference between arada and sha'a. Very good explanation by the way. Anyway, so ain yastaqim is the root is qama, qaf, waw, mim. Yaqumu, qiwaman, qiyaman, to get up, to rise up. Qawwama yuqawwimu taqwiman, we saw that in Surah 13, to set upright, to raise, to straighten, to shape. And then aqama yuqimu, okay, this is form 4, to straighten, to establish. Istaqama yastaqimu istiqamatan, to go straight, to become upright, to be sincere, to be honest. Okay. Liman sha'a minkum an yastaqim. Okay. For the ones who will among you that to become upright, to become upright. Okay, so how should we understand it? So basically the one who wills to become upright, that's where the an yastaqim, the masdar mu'awwal, is a maf'ulun bihi for sha'a. Sha'a means to will. To will what? To will that he becomes upright. His becoming upright is the object of the verb wills. Okay. For the ones among you who wills to become upright. Okay. So this is connected with the in huwa illa zikrul lil alamin. Okay. This is nothing but a reminder for the worlds. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a badal that for the one who wills among you that he becomes upright. Okay. Okay, the hand is not raised anymore, so I'll continue inshallah. Last ayah of the surah, وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ رَبُّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Okay. So the ayah number 28 that we did, there was a mention of sha'a. Okay, that's why I keep saying it's good to read up on the meaning of sha'a, an explanation of sha'a versus arada in the Mufradatu al-Faz al-Quran. And because he also mentions the explanation of this particular ayah, the one that we are now doing the analysis, the last one, وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ رَبُّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Okay, that it basically qualifies that our will is subservient to the will of Allah. We cannot will that which Allah does not want us to will. Our will is also is defined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When I say defined, meaning the scope of our will is defined by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So wow. Just one second. So wow here is harfu istinafiya. Ma is nafiya. Tasha'una fi'l mudari marfu. Wow is the dhamir muttasil fi mahli raf'in fa'il. Illa harfu istisna. Ain harfu masdari wa nasbin. Yasha'a fi'l mudari mansoob. Allah lafzu jalala coming here as fa'il for the fi'l yasha'a. And then Rabbu is badal. Some say it is also nath. Wahwa mudaf, and alameen is mudaf ilayhi. Okay. Okay. What is the meaning? Not tasha'una, you will accept wills, accept Allah wills. Okay. Rabbu, Lord of the worlds. Okay. Meaning you do not will, you do not will accept Allah wills. Okay. And then Allah is then the naat or badal for that is Rabbul Alameen, okay, the Lord of the worlds. I'm sure if we go into tafsir for it, which as I said before, I'm not qualified for it. This is there's a lot can be said about it and has been said about it. So please, I do encourage everybody to please do read it. Reminder for myself as well. It will help us kind of understand some of the core of our beliefs as well in this case. Just an advice for myself and all of you to please do read it, inshallah. But Junaid, please go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question about the first group of ayahs.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how you said last time, for example, the first ayah is a shamsu kuvirat. So a shams has to be is the knife file, but the fail for that, which is the majhul, is actually hidden because in order to meet the relationship that the fail cannot come before the file. Oh, sorry, the file cannot come before the fail.
Correct.
So if since that's the case, then if the meaning is, you know, when the sun shall be wrapped up, if the kuvirat wasn't there, meaning if the fail majhul was actually there, could it be iza kuwirat ash-shamsu? The meaning would still remain the same.
Correct. Correct.
So what I'm just asking because you often refer, but what do the scholars say about what is the reason of this structure versus the other structure? Because the meaning remain the same. Is it the emphasis, that the emphasis is it needs to be on the sun in this case?
That will be my honestly guess. Some of the Arab dictionaries do not even give a reason for why this is the case. Okay. But I cannot say all of them because I mean, some of it you read something and you pick some stuff and you kind of ignore some of the stuff. So some of them may have explained some more detail for it. But from what I recall, some of them don't actually mention much about why is the construction the way it is, meaning why is the kuwirat, the fail for which the ashams is naib file is mahzuf, and the kuwirat which is there is taken as a jumla failure, Arab tafsiriya. Okay, so but in order to kind of, I mean, if I were to look at the pattern and compare it with others, what is to be emphasized is brought forward. Okay. So Shams in this case is being brought forward for emphasis because that's what we can relate with. Okay. That's what we see every day. So it basically is to bring emphasis on that, and then say what is it that about Shams that when it will be covered up, when we wrapped up. That's what I understand, because the Arab is more of a is like a science. Okay, it has certain rules and everything has to follow the rules. Okay? And those rules, by the way, themselves are documented from the Quran itself. So in some places where they see that it doesn't follow all the other many places where those rules do apply, then it essentially brings in those omissions to again establish the validity of the rules. But I also mentioned one thing, which is there is another group of scholars which disagree with this. So they have a slightly different rule, or you can say an exception to the rule, which is that if the iza is not followed by a fail, then it is not its meaning does not contain shart. Its meaning does not contain shart. It's just a zarf zaman. That's it. So in that case, for those scholars, then they say it is not shartiya, but rather it basically. So in that case, it does not require the fail to be estimated, because it then in that case it becomes is a shams of kuwirat. Shams is mubtada and kuwirat is a jumla failure fi mahalli raf'in khabar.
Thank
But
you.
to give a short answer as to why, again, this is my guess that it is for emphasis.
Yeah, that's what I have also seen. Whenever there's these kind of situations, and it turns out to be that the emphasis it's because of the emphasis itself.
Correct. And by the way, this is like so far we have seen 3 surahs. All of them have the same structure. So At-Takwir, Surah Al-Inshiqaq, and Surah-al-Inshiqaq.
Did the word takwir come in the surah?
No, it is basically kawwara yukawwiru takwiran. So kuwwirat is a majhul form. The ma'loom form is kawwara yukawwiru, which is form 2. Its masdar is takwir. So the surah was named after the masdar of the verb kuwwirat. The word takwir itself does not come in the in the surah. Just like the word infitar does not come in the surah. Okay, but we do find إذا السماء فطرت. So in fatara, its masdar is infitar. So the surah was named after the masdar.
Isn't the emphasis on kuvirat and inkadarat and suyirat and uttilat rather than on the shams and nujum and jibal and ishar? Because
Why?
this is where the Qiyamah will come, you know, because Shams is there now, we see it, but when it's Kuvirat, then it is emphasizing then this is the time when the Qiyamah will happen. And at that time the stars will fade away and the mountains will be blown away and all the animals come. So I think the emphasis is on the Kuvirat, Inkadarat, Suyirat and Uttilat.
Yeah, but I think that's a very subjective call by the side that you are making. Somebody else can make a call that no, Shams is what is being wrapped up. So what is being wrapped is more important than the act of wrapping up.
No, I think act of wrapping up is more important because normally it's not wrapped up. We see every day, right?
But I don't think we can get too far with this discussion because I will simply say I do not know.
Okay.
Okay. Sister Sultana had raised a hand. Please go ahead, Sister Sultana.
Brother Zaid, in ayah number 29,
Yeah.
what will be the mustasna? I always have problem with finding mustasna. If it's mufrad, I can find easily. But what will be here mustasna and what will be the i'rab for that?
That's a very good question. And I actually have the same problem many a times. And what I find is that you can actually understand the general meaning of the ayah without having to establish the exact mustasna and mustasna minhu. You will not will. I believe there is something mahzoof here. You will not will it except that Allah wills it. So my simple answer is I do not know. I can guess, but I think that may lead you to the wrong conclusion. So I don't want to do that. Many of the
Masdar muawwal an yasha Allah.
Yeah.
Can you make masdar muawwal it and that masdar muawwal fi mahalli rafin mafulun bihi for tashawun?
No, not rafin, nasbin.
Yeah, for nasbin, yes. Nasbin.
Yeah. So
yeah. How to out of it. I'm trying to just put it up, but it just won't go off. Okay, anyway, just send me.
Sorry, I have to. Sorry. Okay. Just I can just quickly check if I missed something here. Let me quickly check. Yeah. So here's what the Dr. Yaqut is saying. For an yasha Allahu. Okay, so an yasha, it says fi'l mudari mansub bi an wa alamatun nasbi al fatha wa an wal fi'l fi ta'wil masdar. So masdar muawwal fi mahalli jarrin. Okay, bi ba'i muqaddara. So what they are saying is that these two, okay, so this masdar muawwal, okay, it is fi mahalli jarrin bi ba'il muqaddara. Okay, in other words, it should be illa bi an yasha Allahu. Okay, and then that basically then is bil fail mutaalliq bi fail tasha'una. So they say it is not maf'ulun bihi, but rather it is mutaalliq bi fail tasha'una. But for that, they say it is the harf jar B itself is mahzuf. It is estimated. So B an yasha Allahu Rabbul Alameen. So that B an yasha is connected with al muta'alliq tasha'una. But
And
that's
if you
just one.
don't find ba muqaddara, then it can be mansub. Maf'ulun bihi for tasha'un.
Dr. Yaqub does not say that, but then the other option they say is au mustasna min umumul awqat. Again, that's something that we have to know to study. What does that mean? So it says a, that is wama tasha'una fi waqt min al awqat. Okay, at the time, from the times illa waqti mashiyatillahi. Mashiyatihillahi, except the time of the Allah's will. So that taqdiruhu is, I mean, I did not spend too much time on it, to be honest, to understand what does that mean. That's why I did not share it. But there is some more explanation that is given for that.
Jazakallah.
Brother Zaid,
Yeah.
is hasr and the other one are can be like used whether you do hasr or istisna? Is it alternately can be used, or are they two different things?
There is a difference. There is a difference. And I did study the difference. I don't have all the details in my memory right now. Hasr is more for limiting, and istisna is taking an exception.
So if there's istisna, then there will be mustasna. Otherwise, if it's hasr, then there's no mustasna.
I have forgotten, to be honest.
I think it is, Brother Zaid, it is a mulghan, means a void or not needed. Its meaning comes a mulghan. The word used mim, lam, ghain, and fatatan.
Tell me again. Sorry, I didn't get the full.
Lil hasad, this is istisna lil hasad mulghan.
Okay.
So that means there is a limitation. It has it limited, and it does not require the mustasna.
Oh, it does not require the mustasna minhu.
It's a void. That's why I said mulghan is void of mustasna minhu.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is something that doctors have explained in Medina book, and quite in detail the aspects of istisna, the different types of mustasna that you can have. If you remember, mufarragh and munqati and all those.
He did not define mulghan. I looked at it.
He did not define that, and he also did not explain the hasr, the concept of hasr either.
Yes, so I think, but number of Arab books use that terminology.
They do.
Yeah. So we try to make a meaning out of it, and what I realized is basically referring to mufarrad. That it does not have it's a void of the mustasna.
That's what it sounds like, because that was the whole definition of mufarragh, that in that case the mustasna minhu is not mentioned. Correct.
Right. So
sometimes it's just a use of terminology which is different for different books or scholars, and that can cause some confusion as well.
Yes. The meaning of illa an yasha Allah can be understood very easily when we say, and you will not will except if Allah allows to will.
There's a tafsiri passage.
Yeah, but what I mean is just if you look at if Allah allows, then it will happen. So it's very easy to understand the will of Allah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So Allah, if allows, then it will be your will. Otherwise, it won't.
Yeah. So I think that the whole point about the translation becomes difficult because you're using the word if. The word if is not mentioned in the Arabic.
Yeah.
Here in this ayah. So I agree with you that it can be understood from that perspective, but you can also understand without if as well. You will not will accept that
Allah
which
allows.
Allah
Allah allows. Allah.
accept that which Allah wills.
Yeah, it is, but I think it's meaning wise. If whatever Allah allows to will, or whatever, yeah, I think we understand the same thing.
Correct.
I think that the brother Seed is referring to wala du'alin, so he does not, so the people themselves become gumrah, and allow them if they want to gumrah. Otherwise, Allah do not want you to become gumrah. So it's,
I think, it is, yeah.
No, I think there's difference between Allah wants and Allah let them do it, right? So of course,
Yes.